Hi, Rocío. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me. You have many years' experience in IP in Mexico. How is the current COVID-19 situation impacting the IP sector in general, and which are the major changes you've seen in the last few months?
Thanks, Cheats, for having me. The pandemic situation has definitely affected Mexico City and Spain, where we work. And well, for instance, the copyright and trademark offices remain closed. All deadlines have extended twice, and the copyright office will resume activities on June 16. But we are all working from home mainly, and only few law firms are working as we speak.
So, as an intellectual property attorney at IP Wisely, you work across various industries. Have you seen the current situation having a financial impact on IP stakeholders? And if so, would you say this impact is more noticeable in some industries rather than others?
Oh yes, I think the sports and food and beverage industry having the most affected industries. Like the sport industry is going through a very difficult period because they will remain closed until late September. So it's really hard for major companies who have memberships to pay their employees, pay taxes, social securities, and survive with no income from for several months, because it's going to be almost half a year that they have no money. So I think that if the major companies are having trouble surviving, I think small sports centers will probably declare on bankruptcy or foreclosure.
When you say sports centers, are you referring to professional teams, or are you talking about gyms and centers for exercise?
I think mainly gyms and centers for exercise, because in Mexico City, gyms are very popular. You purchase a membership for a year or for several years, and you make monthly payments. And one example of that is we have a client who's a very important company in the sports industry, and they were growing very fast during the first period of a year, so much so fast, and then they had to stop all of a sudden, and now they have to restructure their company, work with priorities, and they will come to a road in the fork, so to speak, a moment where they will have to decide if to close everything or just to remain open just with basic services, or maybe even offer some services online. But it has been very, very bad for the sport industry, in talking about the gyms and fitness centers.
So, Rocío, you had mentioned regarding the food and beverage industry. What has changed recently in Mexico?
Most of the restaurants and bars are closed, and they are having a hard time because they face fines if they open to the public. There are only few places that have managed to stay open and offer foods to go, and that it's only 15%. So that makes hard to survive.
So you also work in the fashion industry out in Mexico. How is this situation affecting that industry in particular?
Well, they are pretty much having no sales, and they are forced to find new ways to sell their products. For example, one client of us decided to make a face mask to sell them online.
You had also mentioned that the entertainment industry has actually seen a bit of improvements. Can you elaborate on that a bit?
Yeah, actually, I think the entertainment industry is growing because more people are staying at home, and the entertainment online in the platforms or social media is definitely growing. There are a lot of projects going on, and well, they can shoot on a set, but after that they can broadcast all this content online. And I really think this is a very good moment for the entertainment industry.
Working in Mexico as an IP attorney, you're filing for other foreign associates. You're working as a foreign associate. Have you seen any reduction in filing in Mexico during this time?
Absolutely. First, because companies abroad are also working on a tight budgets, and also renewals, for example, are a major issue. Some of the companies are deciding not to renew their trademarks to save money somehow. So I think that is one of the major issues, and one of the big differences. Also, the reduction of trademark applications as well.
Having experience working in different parts of the world, you've been in America for a while. Now you live in Mexico, seeing different things. What would you say to any innovators and companies? Hey, why, if you had 30 seconds or less, how would you pitch Mexico and say, hey, you should come here and maybe do business?
I think there are a lot of business opportunities for foreign investors. We really have the right conditions for you to come and invest. Also, there is a lot of very well educated people that can take care of your business.
Is there any specific industry that you would say, hey, this is the talent that Mexico can offer and the workforce?
I think we have extremely talented people in the entertainment industry in any field, whether you in the theater play, in the TV series, movies, movie making industry. It's growing, it's blowing. I think that really we have a lot of extremely talented people, producers, actors, special effects, writers. I think what we need here most is, the main problem is always funding. The talent is here and the resources are here.
Have you seen, in regards to the government, I know there was a recent government change and there was some connection with the US and Canada, a new deal on the table. Do you see this as better opportunity moving forward for the people of Mexico and for outsiders to do business in Mexico moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the TMEC agreement will take us into a different, whole new level here in Mexico. The issue will be here whether the government and the policymakers do the right thing to protect for example, all the intellectual property assets from the states, because we are already having some issues that hopefully they will get solved in the future.
So what would you say, you're an exceptional woman, being a mother of two, working, probably many hours a day, managing, multitasking, probably a lot of skills that I would love to learn. What would you tell the people around the world that may be in a similar situation? How would you, how would you inspire the world and say, hey, we're all in this together and, we're going to get through this?
Well, I say, let's go one day at a time first, so we don't get desperate and we don't create false expectations. I think one day at a time is great, and also try to help each other at any level, because this is the only way that as a society we can grow and get out of this situation. I think, and also as a lawyer, it's really important to share your knowledge with others. Whether you can reach law students, you can be a really great inspiration and kind of be like a mentor for them. And with all the other lawyers also, please share your experiences. Please share your knowledge, because this is the only way for us to become a better person.